Oh, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to Tranquil Waters by Stevie. We are back on the farm. The skateboard is amazing. I'm telling you, I love it. Cross-country action with it. Either I'm really good at skateboarding, which I think we can all most certainly agree I am not, or this skateboard is magical. But it's fantastic for checking out your fields, just zooming around, having a little bit of fun. I need to put a ramp down somewhere so we can start doing some tricks. Some alley-oops. I don't know what the names of skateboard tricks are. The flamingo and maybe the double sow cow. Is there a double sow cow on a... Is that skating? Maybe it's skateboard too. I don't know. I'd want to be known for the tippy toe. That would be my trick. The tippy toe. Look at that. Solid as a rock. All right, stop screwing around, Brad. So we are in September. Let me put this thing someplace where I'm amazed I have not run over this thing yet. We are in September. Whoops, you don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. Scooch off of that. That'll work. Whoa! Hello, Speedy. We're in September, finally, our second month here on the farm. Only our second month here on the farm. And we're off to a fast-paced walking start. I was going to say running, but I'm not sure we're necessarily off to a running start. But we're off to a brisk walking start. Let's do some seeding today, this morning. We have no animals to check up on, thank goodness. Kind of nice taking a break from the animals, I'm not going to lie to you. Mom wants us to get some chickens. Mother likes fresh eggs in the morning. But I'm not up for caring for chickens as of yet. Who is Mother, you ask? Did you ever see Psycho? And that's all we'll say on that. Someone left the garage door open. Shame on them. Big news, though, coming. Word has gotten out around Tranquil Waters. Excuse me, sorry. Safety first. Word has gotten out around Tranquil Waters community that we are in the business for selling animal feed, and we've got people knocking on the door asking us when we will have some product stuff ready for them. And pig feed seems to be of more urgent need around here. Apparently there's a lot of pig farmers around here, so we're gonna have to put effort into getting some pig food on the market, the best pig food made on the market. But for the time being, let's get something in the ground, right? So Stevie was kind enough to fill up our cedar planter for us, so we have both seed and fertilizer already pre-installed. I don't think we need fertilizer at the moment. What are we going to plant, you might ask? We are actually going to plant... See if I can find it. Poppy. We're going to plant some poppies. Now, I've never planted poppy on Farming Simulator. Well, I don't think I've planted poppies before. Maybe I did. Yeah, I don't recall planting poppy before on Farming Simulator, but we're going to do it. Do we need poppy for pig food? No, we do not. I don't think we do. But poppy has me curious. Poppy's been a little sloppy. I don't know if you remember that Seinfeld episode. Classic. But I'm looking at the price for poppy, and it's not too shabby. $2,500. but the high is right around 3 grand per 1,000 liters. Of course, we'll see what kind of yield we get out of the Poppy. It might be a low yield, so maybe it won't be that great, but we're gonna find out since it's new to me. Stevie does have, and eventually, I was checking this out. Stevie has included, I don't think it's on the map yet, so we'll have to buy it. This brewery, Happy Days Brewery. I'm quite interested in getting this thing down on the ground and providing what it needs. Since we can plant hops, rye, I don't know what else it needs. What goes in beer? I'm not a drinker. Hops, barley, rye, triticale. I don't know. Wait, Brad. Where you going, Brad? You're getting click happy on me now. Hops, yes, I would think so. Millet? Does beer need millet? I don't think so. Triticale? No, probably not. Spelt. Now, spelt just sounds cool. Rye? Yeah, we'll be able to provide what the brewery needs, but that's down the road a little bit. We need to focus on our feed at the moment. Let's get some Poppy in the ground. Let's do a lap. We do need as well, and yes, I think this is a direct drill, so you will see how magically the weeds go away. I don't think they permanently go away. I think they temporarily go away, and I think they're gonna revisit us here next month, or maybe immediately. So we'll probably still have to deal with weeds. Yeah, I know. Why did I enable weeds? I'm a glutton for punishment, maybe. I actually was gonna disable weeds, but then I thought, well, we're doing precision farming, and from what I recall, because I'm really having a tough time talking today. From what I recall, from the last time I did precision farming, which has been a while, weeds were a little more normal acting than they were the last time I did weeds without precision farming. Guess we'll find that out here in a bit. We can always disable them at some point. We can always say bye-bye to weeds if we want. Stevie doesn't mess around. That's the thing with Stevie. When Stevie does maps, you can recognize a Stevie map because of a few things. One, the farm is usually a pretty good sized farm with all the animal pens you could possibly want for starting off. Stevie also makes things, at least in my opinion, makes things pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Like, for me, I think a Stevie map for a new player would not be a bad choice at all. I always get this wrong. I'm pretty sure we should be doing 90. Easy enough to change. And we can scoot over our lines. There we go. At least that's my opinion. I think Stevie makes a solid map. And makes it fun out of the gate, I would think, for most players who don't like to build up from a very low start. He usually gives pretty good equipment. Usually his modded equipment. So that means normally faster working speeds. Oftentimes bigger volumes. Things like that. So I like Stevie maps. I've always liked Stevie maps. I was chatting with somebody in the comments who is playing Elm Creek by Stevie. I think that's a 4X map, if I'm not mistaken. I was going to double check on that, but I think it's a 4X map that Stevie redid. Oh, Brad. Seeders work so much better when they're in the down position. But yeah, Elm Creek edit by Stevie. I took a look at that. looks really, really good. I would not mind going back to Elm Creek, and if I do go back to Elm Creek, it'll be with the Stevie edit, no doubt. Stevie also has a couple other maps. I think it's Ringwoods, Four Lakes is really beautiful. So yeah, if you're interested, if you're on PC or Mac, I highly encourage you to, if you haven't yet, check out Stevie Maps. And if you aren't the biggest Stevie map fan, check out his mods. Maybe they might tickle your fancy, because he takes a lot of base game equipment and tweaks them. And if that's something that sounds fun to you, I would definitely check out Stevie's mods as well. So September, what is September going to bring for us here on the farm? Actually, we don't have anything to harvest. Our sugar beets and our soybeans are still brewing. They have another month to go before they are ready to go. And once we get this field planted and get whatever is necessary to give it a good running start, I think it is using a little bit of fertilizer. Very little fertilizer, yeah. I didn't think so. I didn't think it would use a whole lot. Let's just cut this off and we'll do a section over here. So once we get our planting done, I think we're going to focus a little bit on farm work. A couple things I've wanted to do here on the farm. I think selling at least one of our pig barns is up for grabs. I think we need to put down a new pig food mixer. One that has a little bit more capacity. Even with that small field of sugar beets over there, we're still going to get a pretty good volume out of it, I think. And I honestly don't think our current pig food silo is going to hold all those sugar beets. And I'd like to get them working for us if possible. We do have a sugar beet cutter here on the farm. And I was just looking at if it would be worth cutting our sugar beets prior to putting them in the pig food mixer. I didn't know if you got a little bit of a bonus with cut sugar beet over regular sugar beet, and it doesn't look like it. So I think if we're going to do cut sugar beet ever, which we might do, I think you just get more money when it comes to selling it, maybe. And it's been a while since I've done some serious biogas plant work, but I also think cut sugar beets might come into play a little bit with some of the biogas plants, if I remember right. That's beautiful here in September. September morn. You know where I'm going, right? A little bit of Neil Diamond. September morn. We planted until the night became a brand new day. Two farmers playing scenes from some romantic play. I'm not sure if I got all those lyrics right. I don't remember Neil Diamond being a big farmer or farming fan, but boy, he had farm a lot in his lyrics, didn't he? You know, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Neil Diamond, classic. What a classic. I wish I would have seen him in concert. There's so many people that I regret not ever seeing in concert. Oh, I so wish I would have gone to more concerts when I was younger. When some of them were even, some of them aren't around anymore. Some of them that are around aren't as really good anymore. Like, I mean, I don't mean to be kind of mean, but there's some of them out there that have lost that vocal edge. And it happens. It is what it is. I mean, when I was in college, my choral director said that, and this is Hey, take it for what, take it or leave it. He said, I'm just passing on what he said. He said men's voices generally mature and mellow over the years, whereas women's voices tend to harshen more over the year. Now, get more harsh, you know. Now, I don't know if I find that to be ultimately true. I mean, it's kind of a, you know, a blanket statement. I don't think he meant anything horrible by it. I think he was just, I don't know what we were talking about that day, but I have found that there are a lot of women lead vocalists out there in bands that, in my opinion, sound better longer than their male counterparts, in my opinion. Not all cases, just some cases. But there are some 45, 50-year-old women out there with whose voices are still fantastic. And then there's some 45, 50-year-old men out there that used to rock it and just now are just, oh, you know, almost makes me sad when I hear them. If you want to hear, as an example, don't know if you're into Dream Theater or heard of Dream Theater, but listen to Dream Theater 20 years ago. Now they lost their drummer, their main drummer, Mike Portnoy, who is probably one of the best rock drummers ever. But listen to their lead vocalist, and that poor guy. But he's also had some medical issues with his throat that I think can attribute to his issues. But then on the flip side of that, I'm going to have to think. It's not Dark Element. It's, yeah, of course, Brad. How would you remember something that you're talking about? I didn't line this up very good when I was coming by. We're going to have to do a little halvesy right here, aren't we? Anyways, not Dark Element. It's another female group. I think they're out of Finland. And I think she's pushing like 50, maybe even 51. And still just absolutely kills it. Anyways, this isn't a music show, but I know we talk about a lot of different things. I just can't imagine like some episodes. I know that we kind of just focus on what's going on at hand, the farming. And I enjoy that as well, but it just seems like for a half an hour or 40 minutes that we're together, seems like we just have other things that we can talk about, you know? Just stuff that's going on. Fun things, things that aren't gonna, oops, Brad, hello. Things that aren't gonna, not the things that keep us up at night or make us mad at each other and debates and all this fun stuff, but the other stuff, the stuff that really doesn't really mean much, but it's fun to talk about. TV shows, stuff like that. This weekend I was looking up some TV shows that I had watched the first season of, wondering what happened to them, because some of them were really good and they're just gone. And have you noticed, like, it used to be when there was a TV show, a television series, unless it was a mini series, it was very consistent. Every year, new season. Every year, new season. Until it was canceled, you got a new season every year. But nowadays, it's like we're waiting 2, 3, 4 years between seasons. When did that become okay? When did we all accept that? I think we've been lulled into submission by Hollywood. And I don't think we should accept it. We should boycott. I don't know. That's not going to do any good. But anyways, I was looking at like a show, like there was a show called Devs on Hulu, and I really enjoyed it. It was, I can't say exactly what it was about because total spoiler if I do. But it was a technology company that was developing some special software. Really good storyline, was rated really good. I looked out on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, and ratings of good were really good and stuff. It had one season on Hulu, and it's just been gone. I don't know what happened to it. It's just gone. And from what I remember, I don't think it ended in a way that you're like, oh yeah, all right, thanks for the miniseries kind of thing. It's just gone. But if you have a chance, check out Devs on Hulu. If you like sci-fi-ish, it's kind of sci-fi, but it's also thriller, drama. It's pretty cool. A good cast. I think you'd really enjoy it. Man, this is not using much seed, is it? Wow. But yeah, it's weird because then I forget about the show Watchmen on HBO. Watchmen. What happened to Watchmen? Like, that show got rave reviews when it came out, and it's just nothing. I don't know what happened to it. It's just gonzo. I thought they were supposed to come out with another season, but nope, apparently not. I don't know. It drives me crazy because then what ends up happening, and this shouldn't come as a shocker to any of you, I have to rewatch the last season because I totally forget what happened. And then they do one of these summary deals that doesn't help at all. I don't know who develops summaries like previously on. Who does that? Because they suck at it. They're horrible at it. They put things on previously on that either don't mean anything or make it more confusing than it would have been had they not put it on previously on. I think Hollywood needs to get their act together and stop taking these 3-4 year hiatuses in between seasons and start giving us the content on a regular basis. Maybe that's is that mostly streaming that does that? Because I don't watch network TV anymore. I honestly don't. I don't watch. The only network TV I ever watch is either when there is severe weather in the area and I want to catch my local news to see how they buggered that up, or I watch Antenna TV, I think it's called now, which is a bunch of the classic shows from the 50s, 60s, 70s. It just focuses on all those old school shows that were hilarious. Sanford and Son, Welcome Back Kotter, Alice, all the classic fun shows. The Jeffersons, oh my gosh, the Jeffersons. Fantastic. That's about it for me. And I say Antenna TV is a network thing because it's not really, but it's over the air, so I kind of watch it. It's free, so why not, right? But maybe ABC, NBC, maybe they do regular seasons every year. I just don't. I don't know. I've tried watching network television shows, and it's just so rare that they're good as far as I'm concerned. I just can't do it. So many of them I just can't do. I find shows on streaming services generally to, if they're good, to be far superior, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that makes me a little snobbish. Not trying to be. If I'm going to take the time to watch something, I want it to be good. Or at least entertaining, and commercials don't help either. I think we can knock out our poppy field. pretty good here. Poppies. Oh, I just thought of something. Aren't poppies used for some, how do you say, hallucinogenic drugs? Poppy seeds. I heard somewhere, I read somewhere, heard somewhere, whatever, that poppy seeds, you know, can make you test positive, right, in a drug screen. And I've heard that's true, but I've also heard that you would have to eat so many that I don't even think you physically could eat enough poppies to do it. So it's one of those urban myths where, oh, don't eat a poppy seed muffin before you get a drug screen, which is technically true, but at the same time, in order to test positive, you would have had to have eaten an enormous amount of poppies. And then at that case, if you eat that many poppies to test positive on a drug screen, do you get anything out of it? So if I eat like 6 pounds of poppies, am I just gonna feel the same, or am I gonna be thinking, you know, Alice in Wonderland's happening outside my backyard? So I'd be curious about that. But that is not why we are planting poppies. We are planting poppies for the basic reason of I don't think I've ever done it on farm sim before. So, and I think they're going to look kind of pretty growing out of the ground. When is the next DLC coming out? Is that supposed to be September? It must be, right? Because we're closing in on the end of August here pretty soon. So I haven't pre-ordered. Is it Oxbow? I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I was planning on doing that. It must be releasing in September, I would assume. Look at us finishing up a poppy field. How cool is that? Accomplishing something on Farming Simulator. So now we can kill our GPS. Nice. And it didn't use all that much material. Holy cow. I'm kind of surprised at how little seed that took. So if we take a look-see out here, yep, we're going to need a weeder. Lovely. And it needs rolling. We don't have a roller. We're probably going to lease a... we'll lease or buy one. We'll see. Is there anything on the used market for us? No, apparently not. Wow, no wonder I used that mod. Is this normal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items? I'm used to seeing like 20 items on here. I need to get that mod enabled so we have a little more selection. It's a nice matchup. New Holland does a good job. We should probably give it a quick bath, at least our cedar a quick bath before we put it away. I did finish up moving the bales that we had out here. I think I ended up putting most of them in the composter and the whatever was left in the TMR mixer to get those done. We do still have some in storage. I think we've got some straw and oh, that was the other thing I was curious about too, is are we going to be able to get straw from Poppies? I don't know. We're going to find out though, because it would be nice. I'd like to keep an abundance of straw on hand. Let me kill our beacons. Get on the wash deck. And that really is the only field that we need to worry about planting this month. Our grass, our alfalfa, is growing and continuing on. It's a good looking limpkin. That's a good looking front weight. Heck yeah. That does look good on this New Holland, I think, though. It's a nice matchy-matchy. I like that orange. I like that orange with it. Yeah, you can take my washer, whatever. Yeah, it's good looking. Good looking setup. Very, very nice. So I'm thinking this pig barn right here is going to go bye-bye. We've got some builders coming in. They're going to be able to take this down in a hurry, give us some money for the materials. We're probably going to end up... Oh, it's kind of wet in here. Never noticed that. That's sloppy. That's very sloppy. Glad I have my rubbers on. Yeah, sloppy mess. So, yeah, we're going to get rid of this bad boy. I think we're going to put up a couple, at least one pig food mixer. And onward and upward in September here on the farm. So you all have an amazing Monday, as good as Mondays can be. Where's my... Yeah. All have a great Monday. Hopefully it's a good start to your week. And we'll be back here Tuesday to keep up work and get some stuff done. I was planning on having some content for you this past weekend. I didn't forget about you. I actually worked on some content this weekend, but it's taking longer to finish than I thought it was going to. I wonder if crop destruction was on with the skateboard ruin crops. You know what? Let's find out. Will skateboarding ruin crops? Let's find out. Stop right there. Let's turn on a little bit of crop destruction action. I think I'm in the right place for that. Or is it up here? Seasonal days. Crop destruction is on. You ready? Let's find out. My guess is yes. I was right about that. Don't skateboard on the crops, Brad. You're going to kill them. Mother would not like that at all. But I was working on a project this weekend to put on the channel. I haven't finished it yet. It actually is ending up to be more work than I thought it was going to be. But it's a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll be able to release that pretty soon. And we'll go from there. But thanks, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the new subscribers. You all are awesome. To my existing subscribers, thanks for sticking with me. You guys rock. Thanks for the comments. Love to see and hear from you guys. And like I said, we'll be back here on Tranquil Waters tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and make sure you take care of each other. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.